Welcome back, everybody. My name is Ross, and today I'm going to give you guys the complete history of Uncharted. Uncharted is a third-person action-adventure series published by Sony Interactive Entertainment and created by Naughty Dog. In every entry, for one, you play as a sarcastic treasure hunter, so-called Nathan Drake, where he tries to defeat bad guys and I don't know. So how this game really does redefine the action-adventure genre. So how did this game do so well? Well, let's take it all the way back to Naughty Dog's early days with the PlayStation. So back in the day, in around the 90s, the game development studio Naughty Dog built a big reputation. For example, the Crash Bandicoot series did so well to the point where it was actually Sony's PlayStation mascot, which is really, really cool. So that's, I know that was pretty quick, but that's just the origin of Naughty Dog. Now let's jump into the first game. So in 2007, Naughty Dog decided to challenge themselves to make a brand new game that was so different. So in 2007, they released Uncharted Drake's Fortune exclusively for the Sony PlayStation 3. The plot for this game is a very sarcastic treasure hunter, Nathan Drake, he actually defiles a coffin from a character from his ancestor named Sir Francis Drake, which only comes with the coffin contains Sir Francis Drake's diary, which gives the location of a place called El Dorado. Pirates attack and destroy Nathan's boat, but Nathan's friend and mentor Victor Sully rescues the two in his seaplane. Fearing Elena's reporting will attract potential rivals, Nathan and Sully abandoned her at the dock. The gameplay of Uncharted is a combination of action-adventure gameplay and some 3D platforming with third-person perspective. When facing enemies, the player can either use melee and combo attacks at close range to take out foes, or can opt to use weapons. Melee attacks comprise a variety of single punches. This game also features reward points, which can be gained by collecting 60 hidden treasures in the game that limit something, or by completing certain accomplishments such as achieving a number of kills using a specific weapon, forming a number of headshots, or using specific methods of killing enemies. The graphics are in the Uncharted uses the Cell microprocessor. Well, anyway, let's go on to the next game. So, in 2009, Naughty Dog released Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. 2 years after the event of Uncharted Drake's Fortune, Nathan Drake is approached by former associate Harry and Harry's girlfriend Chloe to help steal a oil lamp connected to Marco Polo's doomed 1292 voyage from China. The group plans to cheat to cheat Harry's client and take Polo's treasure for themselves. Chloe and Nathan had worked together before and Chloe's plans on blackmailing Harry and escape with Nathan and whatever treasure they find. Nathan and Harry break into a museum. Hold on. Sorry, break into a museum in Istanbul and find the lamp. Which contains a map and flammable reason that reveals Polo's fleet was shipwrecked in Borneo and was carrying the something from the fabled city. Flynn double crosses Nathan, leaving him to be arrested. Anyway, let's go on to the next game. So, in 2011, Naughty Dog released Uncharted 3, Drake's Deception. 2 years after the event of Uncharted 2, treasure hunt Nathan Drake and Sully meet with Talbot in London, who's interested in purchasing Nathan's ring, inherited from Sir Francis Drake. The duo accuses Talbot of using banknotes and a fight in uses. They are subdued by Talbot's cohort, Charlie Cutter, and Talbot's employer, Catherine, steals Drake's ring. Cutter shoots Nathan and Sully. 20 years earlier, the teenage Nathan searches a museum in Colombia for the ring. He sees Sully working with Marlowe to retrieve it. Nathan is caught by Marlowe. In the present, Nathan and Sully are unharmed. Cutter is an ally working with him with the help of Chloe. They trace Marlowe to an underground library. They retrieve a map of Francis Drake's voyage to Araba, where he was by Queen Elizabeth, to find the lost city of Ubar. Clues to its location lie in Crusader crypts in a French chateau and a Siren citadel. Nathan and Sully locate the chateau and find one half of an amulet, but are ambushed by Tablet and his men, who take the amulet and set the chateau on fire. Nathan and Sully escape. In Syria, Nathan and Sully meet Chloe and Cutter, learning that Marlowe is ahead of the same order to which Francis Drake belonged. They find the other amulet half, revealing the next clue in Yemen, and are soon found by Marlowe, Tablet, and their henchmen. As they escape, Cutter breaks his leg, forcing him and Chloe to put back out. Anyway, let's move on to the next game. So, a long time later, in 2016, they released the last game of the main trilogy for Uncharted, Uncharted 4, A Thief's End. Several years before the events of the first game, Nathan and Sam hunt for the treasure of pirate Henry Avery, who plundered a fortune during the 1965 Gunsway heist. Alongside Rafe, the Drake brothers infiltrate a jail to access the former cell of Avery's first mate, where Nate discovers a hollow Saint Dismas idol. When the prison warden who aided them demands a cut, Rafe kills him, triggering a frantic escape. Nathan and Rafe successfully escape, but Sam is shot by guards, presumed dead. 15 years later, following the events of the previous game, Nathan has retired with his wife Alina, but misses the excitement of his old life. He is visited by Sam, who survived the gunshots and has spent the intervening time in something. He explains that he escaped with drug lord Hector, who demands that Sam find Avery's treasure or be killed. Nathan agrees to help Sam, lying to Alina that he has accepted a salvaging job in Malaysia, which he had actually refused. Oh shoot, I skipped a line. Well, I refuse. Aided by Sully, the Drakes steal a duplicate Dismas idol from an illegal auction in Italy, bringing them into conflict with South African mercenary boss Nadine Ross and her employer Rafe, who is still searching for Avery's treasure. A map inside the idols leads the Drakes to Saint Dismas Cathedral in the Scottish Highlands. There they discover a hidden temple and a map highlighting Kings Bay in Madagascar. Anyway, let's go on to the next game. So, 1 year later, after Uncharted 4, Naughty Dog released Uncharted: The Lost Legacy with a completely different character. The team experimented with using Nathan Drake, protagonist of previous Uncharted games, as a secondary character. Found that it felt something. Several other characters were also considered as protagonists, including Charlie Cutter, Nathan's daughter Cassie, Nathan's brother Sam Drake, and friend Victor Sylvain. The team felt Sylvain's age would hinder gameplay. They decided to follow Chloe Fraser and Nadine Ross, who first appeared in Uncharted 2 Among Thieves and Uncharted 4, respectively. The team opted to focus on new relationships with established secondary characters in the Uncharted series. A departure from Left Behind, 2014, the downloadable content from The Last of Us, which instead focused on a missing chunk of the story. Uncharted: The Lost Legacy received generally favorable reviews. That's all I have to say for another look. Well, let's go on to the next quotation marks game. So, after finishing up Uncharted, Neil Druckmann and the rest of Naughty Dog decided to continue working on the sequel to Last of Us, which uses the same visual tools Uncharted 4 used, with a much more superior experience. The Last of Us Part 2 does indeed include some of the features that Uncharted used, like the rope mechanics. But Neil Druckmann wanted to make The Last of Us Part 2 have a much more bold story direction, which since launch has had a lot of mixed responses to. So yeah. So, which Uncharted game was your favorite? It was hard for me to choose because of how good each game was. Anyway, let me know in the comments down below which game was your favorite. Let me know what you want the story to go next. Anyway, thanks to you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye for now.